How's it going, everybody? I hope you're having a good day. I recently found myself becoming extremely triggered by the lifestyles, the habits of some of the people that are in my close circle, some people that I care about very, very much. And the reason I found myself being triggered is because those patterns that they've been exhibiting mirror almost exactly the patterns of people in my family when I was growing up, people on both my mom and my dad's side. And I watched a lot of those people go down to their addictions of alcohol, cigarettes or food. And some of those people went out in just awful ways. And these people weren't stupid. They knew what was going on in their bodies. But they still didn't stop what they were doing. And in the end, they paid the price for it. And I bring this up to illustrate something that was said to me a long time ago. And it's basically the idea that no one gets to duck out on their own work. It's easy to throw around New Age platitudes or to recite words that we've all heard over and over again, like there's some magic spell that's going to make everything go away. You know, I'm thinking here of the serenity prayer, right? God, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, the courage to change the things that I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And it's easy to recite this thing like a mantra. But the only way that we get to know the difference between things that we can and cannot change is by brushing up against those things and discovering which is which. That's where the wisdom comes from. It doesn't just fall out of the sky. Wisdom is earned, and it's often earned through extreme difficulty. The very fact that I've been triggered as deeply as I have been shows me a couple of things. First of all, it shows me that I still have a lot of work to do. But as importantly, if not more importantly, it's not just a blind triggering. Years ago, if I felt like this, I would have just been a miserable son of a bitch raging about everything. But now I understand where the triggering is coming from. I understand what's at the heart of it. And so there's an awareness there. And while I won't say that this awareness is particularly serene, because it's not, it does indicate that there is some healing that's taken place. These things take time. And if we're really going to do our work, we can't pretend we're above them. Now, this isn't a particularly Christian-oriented channel. But if I have to look at some of the great masters throughout history that we turn to again and again, certainly Jesus is no exception. And here's this man who supposedly had an inside track, who when hanging on the cross, in his moment of despair, asked, "Why have you forsaken me?" The root of that was his humanity. And our humanity can lead us to things like despair. It can lead us to discouragement. It can lead us to fear. This work is not about rejecting our humanity. It's about embracing it, part and parcel. We're in this experience. We can't deny that. And while this experience does provide a lot of opportunities for joy and peace and rest, sometimes it also requires a lot of hard work. And if we're going to get there, if we're really going to heal, sometimes we just got to be willing to do it. Till next time.